parents, Carmine here with your video review of Tales from the Borderlands. This review may contain some spoilers. I'm trying to keep it to a minimum, but if you don't want anything spoiled, go ahead and skip to the end.
If you feed it, the stallion will crap high-velocity weaponry.
Oh, so this is Butt Stallion.
If you have yet to play a Telltale game, what rock are you living under? Stop this video right now and go buy The Walking Dead, The Wolf Among Us, or Back to the Future. You'll thank me when you're done. There are written reviews for all of those on my site, and I highly recommend them. Telltale is a company known for making narrative-heavy, decision-based games. Tales from the Borderlands, like almost all of Telltale's games, is a choose-your-own-adventure novel. You can't go into this game expecting quality gameplay. That's not what they're about. They're about simple, cartoonish graphics, interesting characters, and a meaningful story. Now, the thing about Tales from the Borderlands is that while it's a good story and I believe that anyone can enjoy it, only people who have played the Borderlands games will understand the world, the organizations, the references, and a few of the characters. The game takes place after the end of Borderlands 2, and the events that occur in that game are very important to the events and characters here. So if you haven't played Borderlands, you might want to give that a go before you try this game. Violence is the most obvious factor in this game by far. The graphics are very cartoonish, but while the action and the pacing in the main Borderlands game sometimes masks the graphic violence, Tales from the Borderlands doesn't work like that. The blood and the gore aren't constant elements, but they are without a doubt recurring elements. It's always included as part of the story though, and is frequently included for gross-out humor. I found that its intensity came in waves. There were often segments of 10 to 15 minutes without any significant violence, followed by a couple of scenes of blood and gore.
You just got cut out of the deal.
I'm not giving any points for sexuality, but Moxie, one of the characters that Borderlands players should recognize, can be heard making a euphemism over the radio early in the game. There may be other conversation-based references to sexuality, but they're extremely rare. Language did come up a few times in each chapter, but overall was fairly rare. Most conversations were devoid of any mature language. The odds of hearing mature language change for each player because of the conversation options, but I found that these words pop up once or twice every episode, but not any more than that.
Touch goal! Or shit, I don't know. I'm happy!
Everybody up and at 'em! Come on, slowpoke! Time's all wasted!
This game definitely has its graphic moments, and aside from the sometimes less than mature humor, I'd say it's the most mature Telltale game I've played yet. But even with that, it's a very cartoonish game that doesn't take itself seriously, and while gore is present, it's a secondary element to the conversations and the overall story. With that in mind, we gave this game a recommended age of 16 years old. Like I said before though, I would recommend that you play Borderlands 1 and 2 before you pick up this title, since the world, the references, and many of the secondary characters will make more sense that way. Up next, I'm working on Divinity Original Sin, and after that, I'm finally getting around to Far Cry Primal.